In this video lecture, I'm going to show you how to plot the training history from an artificial neural network model. And so artificial neural networks is the broad category of machine learning model, and specifically we have fit a multi-layer perceptron where all the model flows from one direction to the other, from inputs to outputs, and there is no recursion or no looping back of any connections. All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off in the last video, where we had just trained this model. And if you recall, when we trained the model, we created this history object. So we said history equals model.fit. So this command goes through our fitting, but it also keeps track of the history of like our performance history as we train. So we told it when it was training to collect these other metrics like mean absolute error and mean squared error. So now that we have this object created, Keras actually makes it pretty easy to plot the results from your training history. I'm going to do this in one fell swoop again, just throwing down a bunch of commands, and I'll kind of walk us through these different commands. Okay, here we go. So I have this history collected. So that object to grab that particular metric from the training, that's history dot, because history is the object I created, but then it has this subparameter history that keeps track of all the training information. So I'm saying reference history dot history and specifically look at this training metric that we collected, this mean absolute error. And I'm just saying to plot this. Similarly, we also collected the mean squared error, which also was our loss function. So we were actively trying to optimize mean squared error, but we're also curious about what's the mean absolute error. So I'm just saying on the Y label, that's going to be our error, either mean absolute error or mean squared error. They'll both be on there. On the X-axis is going to be the epoch number. And remember, the epoch is sort of like the iteration number as your optimizer goes through and updates the model parameters, all the weights and biases that are embedded into your neural network, while trying to minimize our loss function, which is our mean squared error. And I just have some other commands to give us good readable font sizes. My legend, I'm just saying I'm shortening mean absolute error to MAE and mean squared error to MSE. And let's just take a look at our training history and see how that turned out. Okay, so after adjusting to get this to fit on my screen, here we can look at the history of our training. So we started out before the network had been trained at all. It's just pre-populated with a bunch of random numbers for all the parameters within our neural network model. But as we start iterating and as we start adjusting those parameters to optimize our mean squared error loss function, you can see that that mean squared error does drop drastically in those first few epochs, and then it stays pretty low. It flattens out pretty early on. Our mean absolute error does the same thing. It's following along pretty closely with this, and it levels out. If you remember, I used 400 epochs as our training hyperparameter. And I actually think because we level out earlier than that, I think we could probably get by with fewer epochs, and that might also be good to help us avoid overtraining the model and have it be overfitted. But this is how you take a look at your training performance and the history as you go through and iterate to get the optimal combination of parameters that minimizes your loss function.